Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. Excuse me. It is Thursday, the 22nd of December, 2022. Right around 3:30 in the afternoon. 59 degrees Fahrenheit right now in Jacksonville, Florida, and dropping. Humidity's at 80%. 15 degrees Celsius. Ooh. We are off to Sassy's house for tutoring Tuesday and my daughter's house for dinner. Not sure what I'll be making for dinner, but I wonder if they left a coil or copper line on that refrigerator. No, they did not. There's also an oil radiator heater, space heater. More than likely, the thermostat's bad in it. That's about all that can really go wrong with them. I have fixed them in the past by bypassing the thermostat and just it's on. It's either on or it's off. Plug it in, it's on. Unplug it, it's off. Because for the most part, you put those things on, you don't adjust them. You turn them on, and that's it. You just let them go. I know I do anyhow. Although I have to admit, the one that I have in the bathroom, I leave on low. When I have it on, I'm not going to be home for several hours, so I turn it off. May not be the case in the next couple of days. They're talking about we're going to be down in the teens a couple of nights, possibly Christmas Eve morning, Christmas morning, and Monday following. So that's some bitter cold for here in Florida. And I know there's people that are dealing with sub-freezing temperatures and people that are getting rain. Excuse me. And dealing with these cold temperatures, but other places you're better prepared for it. You have actual heaters. You've got warm clothes. My youngest daughter and son-in-law and the G-Brat headed up to Tennessee, and they didn't go shopping here because you can't really get warm winter clothes here. I did not see that fire truck until the last second. So anyway, they went up there and got their warm clothes. I mean, you can't go to Walmart here and buy a bathing suit, but the warmest gear that they have isn't sub-zero. It's just Excuse me. Although I guess you could find some. For the most part, you're finding sweatshirts like I'm wearing here, or sweatshirts with a hoodie. Right now, I've got on a pair of sweatpants and a light pair of lounging pants over top of that. The lounging pants are what I usually use, what I usually wear. So, 2 layers. I'll be comfortable. It's not going to be that cold. It'll be down probably in the upper 40s when I'm headed home this evening. But I did dig out socks. Or I should say I did dig out a second pair of socks. I've had one pair out all day yesterday because my feet were cold. I haven't really been posting because it has been so cold. I'm not doing much of anything. Not really going out, although I probably should. This thing's got a really nice heater. It'll cook me out of here if I'm not careful. And I say that, and now my blend doors aren't working again. I got one side blowing cold or cool and one side blowing hot. But that hot is kicking it, so I feel it the most. My hands, like the metal bone in this hand, the metal plates on my head. But even this hand, it doesn't have any metal in it. It's almost arthritic. So anyhow, Christmas is fast approaching. And I thought I was going to have time to complete a couple of projects for the little guys, but they'll end up getting it next week, most likely. But I really don't want to do and make Christmas gifts for just a couple of them. So follow my pattern and follow my pattern and not give it as Christmas gifts, but I take different kids different things through the year. I don't really do birthdays and Christmas and all that stuff. And I guess I should acknowledge everybody's special day or whatnot, but especially on Christmas, that gets expensive. I've got 12 grand brats, plus a couple of peripherals. So it adds up quick. Same thing with birthdays. There's a couple of birthdays there. We have, well, there's 5 in November, including mine. But man, what has got the traffic all tied up over there? So anyway, headed to the daughter's to make dinner. I don't know what we're going to make. I'd had an idea for yesterday, and she shot that down. She said we're going to have smoked sausages and make something with smoked sausages. So I started coming up with a creation for that, and then she said that they had a problem with the smoker last night and wrecked the sausages. So no sausages for tonight. We'll get there. I'll figure something out. There's got to be something in the pantry. And I might complain some about that, but I actually enjoy doing that. Although it's easier to cook out of my pantry because I know where things are, or if I get an idea as I'm in the middle of, and it's like I know that I've got that, you know. But it'll work. And speaking of which, last night I was just wanting something a little stack on, and pulled out a small thing of baked beans, thinking that's going to work. I drained a lot of the juices out, threw in some chunky salsa, and some dehydrated onions, peppers. No, yes, actually I did add dehydrated peppers, or dehydrated onions. I also added in frozen peppers and onions. And then some diced up jalapenos and some cheese, and just let it all work together for a bit. Beans and cheese has been a favorite of mine. I don't know. I think I was making it back when I was in the Air Force. I can remember making a big old pot of it on the stove. Just a big old can of beans and a bunch of cheese. I don't remember what else I would have put in it back then, but kind of like a dip. That's what I did last night anyway. I ate it like a dip. With tortilla chips. Just plain tortilla chips. We're almost stale. I got that because I was thinking about doing, like, this month there's a nacho challenge or whatever for the Cast Iron Wednesday. So I had gotten the nachos. It's tacos, nachos, or Christmas meals. And I was thinking about doing a nacho. And I got those, and then I ended up opening them and just eating them with a cheese dip. So, the past 2 Wednesdays has been miserable to try and get out and cook. And I'm not set up to cook in the house at the moment. Not to cook on cast iron anyway. For the most part, all I use is I've got a panini grill. And I don't remember. I think I found it on the curb. I may have gotten it at the thrift store. I don't really remember. But that's my primary way of cooking. I mean, I cook hot dogs and hamburgers and grilled cheese and steak sandwiches and, you know, all kinds of stuff on that. So between that, the microwave, and my convection oven, I don't even really use my stove, except as a countertop. Which is why when I do when I do want to use it, it's such a pain in the neck. I have to clean it all off. Find a new place for everything that I've placed there. But, it seems like every time I get my countertop cleaned off, my portable or my roll wrap countertop, I start doing something else and get it all piled back up again. I've been thinking about, I've got this one wooden shelf that I've been carrying around for several years. Kind of a pantry shelf, or probably more of a bookshelf, because it's only deep enough for 1 or 2 cans at a time. And usually they're on a diagonal. Like you can't put 2 cans one in front of the other, unless they're smaller cans. So I was thinking about redoing that, or possibly getting rid of it and putting one of my other shelves in place. Excuse me. And it just made me think that I should go ahead and empty it back off, and then I could empty a couple of the shelves that have the small cans of beans on it, small cans of baked beans and French green beans and spinach. I forget what else I have down here in the small cans. There's not a whole lot of variety in the small cans, but I also have cans of tuna and cans of chicken, cans of ham, which are smaller. So maybe the guy just sitting back there with a pickup truck full of hay. Last week when I came down here, there were bales of hay scattered along the side of the road. He was down there parked and picking up what looked like pine cones. So, that's what caught my attention there. Pine cones are good. Pine cones make a nice, they're good fire starters. They make it good. They're very hot, burn very quick. So, a little difficult to get started, but not real bad. And they don't light as quick as fat lighter, but you can burn through some. All right, what are you doing here? Oh, all right. A car on the side of the road and a truck pulling up in front of it. But he was still partly out in the road. Anyhow. It's going to be a busy couple of days, I think. We're going to do our Christmas the day before. Well, we usually do Christmas dinner the night before Christmas, on Christmas Eve, so the kids can have Christmas Day with their partner's family. It's always worked out that way. This year we're doing a breakfast the morning before Christmas. So I'm gonna be over here like 10 o'clock on Saturday. Oh well. I've got Christmas Day, I can just sleep in, right? So, anyway, we are, well, they made a big old brush pile there. We're at the end of the ride for the day, so I appreciate y'all coming along, listening to me babble. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down or thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you hit them. Think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. It's lunch, y'all.